Yep, that's me. I had just beaten my first ever list demon, which is in the top 150 hardest levels of all time, in 16,000 attempts. It was the hardest thing I'd ever done by a long shot, but it doesn't start there. Let me take you back to the beginning. The year is 1957. Nah, I'm just kidding. Hey everyone, welcome to my Bloodlust Rewind. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today's video is going to be a little bit different, the way that it's going to be laid out. Rather than editing through over 20 hours of footage, I am going to be commentating over what happened over the course of about 9 videos over the course of about a month. It's going to be pretty fun. Don't forget to get your drinks out. Get out your favourite beverage. Put on some comfy clothes. As you can see, I've got Remy the rat on me right now. There's Remy. Hi, Remy. And now it's time for me to talk about what happened on day 1. On the beginning of day 1, I didn't even know that I would be playing Bloodlust, because at the time, I'd been going for Launchpad Labyrinth for well over a year at this point, but I come to the conclusion that I'm just not ready for it. I got 25 to 100, and I got to the 50s, but I just really don't enjoy playing the level. So in the end, I reached a boiling point, I quit the level, and I'm probably not coming back. Unless, no, not coming back. Chosen this, stick it to it. Maybe. On this day, I ended up going for a practice run, and it took me about 350 attempts. And during this, I did TMN to 100, which is one of the most choke-heavy points in the entire level. Anyway, I continued getting runs like 79 to 100, and eventually ended off the day by getting 78 to 100, and felt pretty good. I ended off day 1 with 2,271 attempts total. And with that, we move on to day 3, because day 2 just doesn't exist. I have no idea what happened to the recordings, but they don't exist anymore. I'm not too sure how many attempts I had. I'd have to just say another 1,000, so we're at 3,271 right now. All I know is that sometime on day 2, I ended up getting 14%, and I got pretty close to getting 66 to 100. Day 3 started off really well. I got back on the grind of, whatever happened on day 2. After half an hour of playing, I ended up getting a new best run from 30, doing 30 to 57. And now I have to introduce a new foe. To me, it's called Super Crack. It sounds cooler in my head, I promise. Super Crack is a part in Bloodlust that I can only describe as hard. It's a massive step up from the hardest part of Bloodbath, which was Crack. Even tighter straight fly, even more confusing orb timings. Yeah, there's orb timings in this part now. And overall, I wouldn't get consistent at it until basically the final day. I cannot tell you how many times I died to Super Crack from 0. Either way, Super Crack hard and Super Crack bad. We don't like Super Crack. But anyway, yeah, I did Super Crack to 57, which is very close to doing Super Crack to the end of the Bloodlust part. This is where I began playing from 66 again, and I ended up getting 66 to 91 at first, but I continued pushing. Not even a minute later, I would get 66 to 94, and I finally did 66 to 100. Yes! 66 to 100!
Yo!
Ah! It was here where I did an absolutely insane run. I did 25 to 71.
Wait, what'd you get?
25 to 71!
What?
This was the beginning of Evasium all the way to past the extension. Now bear in mind, my goal was getting the entire Bloodbath part in 2 runs, and I already did. The same day that I gave myself that challenge, doing the entire Bloodbath section and the entire extension, having the level in 2 runs, basically. I felt like I could do it. Now, obviously, I did celebrate for a minute and got right back to work. I got a little bored and decided to play a bit from 0 to see how far I could get. And I ended up fluking from 14 to 27. Evasium. 26!
From 0?
You got 26
zero.
on Bloodlust?
Yep. Oh
sorry,
my god.
what?
And I ended up dying to something that I died to a lot on this level, so it was an expected death. It's the extremely tight wave section that you'd find in Super Buffed Evasium. The gap that you need to get through is so thin, it's like this. But yeah, it never got consistent at all. I always died there. And this is where I got another new best of 32%. Getting to Super Crack from 0 for the first time. Super Crack! 32.
Yo!
Yes! It's a little embarrassing to say, but I think I got to Super Crack and died there about 40 times during my time playing Bloodlust. This particular session of Bloodlust lasted 5 hours, and by the end of it, I'd accumulated 8,395 attempts. And with that, we transition over to day 4. Where we would start off immediately by nearly getting 66 to 100 again. I also ended up getting a very strange run of 9 to 44. I can't even remember why I was playing from 9, but still, very good progress. I began playing from 0 and got 31%, which is the second Super Crack attempt from 0. And just afterwards, I also got 32. Oh my god, 32.99. That's so stupid. Oh my god. I then got 31 again, which I don't know if you can tell, but it's becoming a little bit of a repeating occurrence of me dying in the 30s. Super Crack sucks, basically. But we would finally get a little bit more progress with 34%. 34. I'm not even happy with that because I went, like, into the blocks or something. And it was at this point where I became super locked in and I ended up getting 33% again. Oh my god. I'm just like, I am the thrower. I am the thrower. Hi, my name is the thrower. Nice to meet you. I throw everywhere. It was here where I continued pushing through despite getting so many crack deaths, and eventually I got another new best. Passing Super Crack and getting 43%. 40, what? Oh my god, that is an amazing new best. Oh my god. This was a very big achievement because I'd been pretty mind blocked at that part, I would have to say. After this, I did another super good run doing 30 to 76, which is Super Crack to 76. And shortly after this, I would get a new best run to 100, doing 55 to 100. 55 to 100! What? No way! Oh my god! Yes! By the end of day 4 and another 5-hour-long grind, I'd ended off with 10,000 attempts. 10,035 to be exact. And it was here where I decided to do a little bit of live streaming. But unlucky for me, I had no idea how bitrate worked, so for these 2 live streams, you could barely see my face, let's put it at that. I'm gonna try and stream a little more often, because I feel like I never do it, and I really enjoy it. But anyway, stream 1, it honestly went pretty well. I ended up improving my run from 25%, doing 25 to 75. After that, I didn't end up getting that much more progress, other than 43% for a second time. No! It took me 2.5 hours to simply match my personal best from the day prior. But all of that practicing wasn't in vain, however, because on day 6, from what I could tell from piecing together the bit rates and like all of the little numbers that were somehow over there when they were meant to be there, like picking up all of the pieces, trying to put them in the spots that they needed to be, from what I could tell, I ended up getting 43 another 2 times. 43 again? Are you kidding me? No, 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 stop! 43 for the 4th time.
Oh my god!
And also, an hour into this live stream, I had done no good runs whatsoever. It was quite a slow day. I didn't really feel like playing. I began to play from Evasium, and then did this. Before I died, oh my god. Is this from 25? What? 25 to 100? You heard it right here, folks. I did 25 to 100. And it didn't stop there. This consistency must have really picked up, because then I would get a new best from 0, getting 51%. What? Wait, hold on. 51! 51! 51! 51!
What?
51!
The freak?
What?
How did you flip the swing copter?
I don't know!
Wait, what?
It was clear that we were entering the endgame. I ended stream 2 by playing a little bit of Zodiac and didn't play for about 5 days. Bear in mind, these days weren't all back to back, I should probably tell you. Every day that I played was probably spaced out from a few days. Day 1 of this was towards the midpoint of March, and by the time I beat it, it was the 21st of April. So there was about a month and a half of like having the level in the back of my mind. So yeah, I'm not this super cool, awesome, handsome, drop dead good Geometry Dash player who's able to beat list demons in about a week. This is simply spaced out over about a month and a half. And with that, by the end of the 2 live streams for Bloodlust, I had accumulated 14,976 attempts. That's about 2,500 for every stream. With this, I got into bed, and relaxed, expecting absolutely nothing to happen the day after. And then I woke up and did this. Holy crap! What? My first extension death from 0. I'd done it. I'd had the entire buffed Bloodbath section and 66 to 100 done. Now, I had the level in 2 runs a long time before this, but it felt good to know that I had both parts done in 1 run. To put it into retrospect on how hard just getting 66% on this level is, in order to get 66 on this level, you have to beat like a hyper buffed version of Bloodbath. And then after that, do 34% of inconsistent gameplay. There's like 0% chance that I fluked this level. It was around this point as well where I began playing on a low detail mode version of Bloodlust, because it was lagging my game and every time I got far I'd end up dying to stupid lag spikes. It did nothing to change how the actual level looked, it just made it run better. Like it didn't even remove the moon at the beginning of the level. And everyone knows that the moon brings you down to like 100 frames. I also really don't like how Knobbelboy couldn't even be bothered to make a low detail mode. Like, you try and click the low detail mode in the level and it goes like, there is no LDM or something like that, and that's not edgy, that's just making your level be unable to be played by people. Anyway, after this, I got on call with my friends to try and get back there again, but I had 0 expectations. I ended up getting 52% again, which was a little bit of a confidence boost, because I was like, hey, maybe I can do this. And then I did this. 73! I shot 73! I mean, whiny mode on. I ended up getting a second extension attempt. Getting another new best, I got 73. This proved to me that it wasn't a fluke, and it was actually me improving at the level. After this, I ended up doing a second best run, doing 62 to 100, which is G-Boy's part to 100. I continued to play Bloodlust for a little bit, and then stopped playing, and began watching a rap battle with my friend, and I don't think we've laughed nearly as hard in a long time. Listen, you know how a rap battle works, right, with like these fictional characters and stuff?
Why do you want me to watch a 10-minute video with you?
Cause it's hella worth it, that's why. Check this out. You'll be a changed man by the end.
That got 4 stages?
I don't know.
Look. Imagine an adult.
You ruined his films.
I actually really like
And his rapey humor. Fucking. Except this one verse where I kicked your ass. Holy crap, Lois.
I'm not Lois.
Somebody stop the best green guy he's played since the Grinch.
Yeah, this is kind of like where the video takes a turn.
It's literally like, what is this? Like,
Yeah, I don't get why this one is so different compared to all of the others, because all of the other ones are just like 1 versus 1, but I'll let you watch it. Hold on.
Yeah, I heard you're the work with the mouth. Fuck off.
fuck off.
Peter, you're a mess.
Did you just order a package?
Peter, you're a mess.
Hey, it's me, Goku!
Uncle Goku Universe.
Giving your wife shit and your daughter no love.
He's British.
What's up, dog?
Did you see Stewie? Look. He's just there. Joe Swanson, he's alive and walks in again. Who the hell? R. Kelly?
Oh my.
Wait, I got that on recording as well.
Somebody stop
He's
Put that
back.
image on.
me. I'm smoking. How big did he Lois?
What? Why is he back?
I love this so much. Oh, I'm crying. After that, we went our separate ways and moved on to day 8. Day 8 began with me getting 66 to 100, which at this point had become a usual run for me. Now, on this particular day, my social skills had run dry. I was in no mood to talk to people, so I had my music on. I wasn't listening to the gameplay, I wasn't listening to the actual music of the level. I had on my own separate headset. I had these on, and they were playing my playlist, which means I was in the least focused state I possibly could have been. And that means that when I get far, say 54%, I have to launch my headset across the room and try and continue focusing. I find this proper funny now, but back then it really annoyed me. An hour and a half into the session, I ended up making it to the extension for the 3rd time. Both extension attempts thus far had been new bests, so I was almost completely sure that this would be a complete waste of an attempt. $79! Holy crap! Bro! Turns out I was wrong, and for the 3rd extension death in a row, I'd gotten a new best, and I was completely sure that that would be it for the day. However, that was definitely wrong. 40 minutes after getting 79%, I would reach the extension for the 4th time. Now, surely with this 4th extension death, I'd not get a new best, right? Right. Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! I just nearly beat it, bro! I just got 92! This specific green orb and upside down straight fly combo was the hardest thing you could actually throw at me in this level. It ruined so many of my runs, and I was so certain that I'd die there from 0. And I truly felt like this would be the one. The time that 80% would get me. But it didn't. I even passed the major 92% choke point, and then died to a super easy click right after. Alas, we can't all have nice things, and I've gotten 4 new bests. I was convinced that that would be the end of it. I even made a promise to my friend, my good old pal Burbo Burby, that I would not get a new best once I make it to the extension for the 5th time. I then decided to go from 19 and got one last new best run, getting 19 to 97, dying to TMN. 19 to 97. Oh my god! And I felt really bad. I had nearly gotten a new best run, and in my head I was thinking, I will feel so confident if I do 19 to 100, because I proved to myself that I can do TMN, but I didn't. And so, on the 21st of April, 2025, attempt 62 of the session at 33%, I would have my final death on Bloodlust. Ladies and gentlemen, here is my completion of Bloodlust.
Okay, extension 5.
Oh my god! Oh! Yes! Yes! Oh my god! I just beat Bloodlust! Oh my god! Yes! I actually just did it! I just beat Bloodlust! I just beat Bloodlust! I just beat Bloodlust! I fluked the ending. I just fluked the ending. Oh my god, it's over! I've been a list demon. That just doesn't feel real because I had 72 this morning. Every time I made it to the extension, I got a new best. That's it. That's it. That's Bloodlust. That's Bloodlust beat. Completed. Done. Oh my god, bro. And I need to add up my temps. Okay, right. That is so crazy. I beat Bloodlust in that many attempts. 100%. After a grand total of 16,570 attempts. For reference, I beat Bloodbath in 31,000. Well, here we are. I'm actually, like, speechless. Because 3 days ago, I woke up and I had 51%. And now I've beaten it. I've beaten Bloodlust. Like, wasn't this what I was, like, dreaming about last year? And now it's done. It's here. I can edit. I can do other things. And it only took, like, 2 weeks of playing. Overall, I really like the decoration, although it's quite generic. It's a hell level. There's only so much you can give for a hell level. That and I felt like it was a bit petty that the low detail mode didn't work, so I was forced to complete it on an LDM. It sucked. Other than that, I quite like the decoration. And overall, I'll give it a 75 out of 100. Gameplay was actually very fun. Even TMN, even Super Crack. It was overall just a very fun time. I didn't, like, hate it at a lot of points. 80 out of 100. And finally, overall enjoyment. This is also going to be pretty high because it was only because of the stress of trying to beat it before it fell off the list that really kind of got to me. I beat it and it's 149. A level's not being placed for the next, like, 3 days. Like, I was chilling. So yeah, I think it's gonna be the lowest, but, you know, 70 out of 100 still really good for Bloodlust. Like, what? I'm sorry, am I A on air? I'm just plucking opinions out of the camel of weird opinions back. What am I doing? Overall, that gives me this out of 300. For Bloodlust, that is absolutely insane. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys when I beat another level, which will not be too long from now. Bye.